Have you ever stood in front of a mirror and asked yourself, why don't others respect me? Perhaps you've tried your best to please everyone, compromise, even sacrifice your own interests to earn a favorable glance. But unfortunately, life doesn't operate according to such simple rules. Respect isn't something you can buy with fake kindness or attempts to please others. It's something invisible, built from your actions, words, and even your innermost thoughts. The truth is, most people will never respect you, no matter how hard you try. You could work yourself to exhaustion, be willing to bow down before others, and still be looked down upon. Why is that? Because respect doesn't just come from what you do, but also from who you are, from the habits you carry with you every day. I used to be like that, always trying to please everyone, thinking I would receive respect. I had to learn this lesson the hard way. I used to believe that if I was just kind, considerate, and always ready to help others, I would receive respect. But in reality, the harder I tried, the smaller I became in the eyes of others. I became a shadow, someone who only knew how to obey and who had no individual worth. And here's a harsh truth. You will never receive respect until you eliminate the behaviors that weaken your own value. You will never be valued by others until you value yourself. Respect starts from within, the foundation for everything. Respect isn't a gift you can receive from others. It's a product of self-esteem, discipline, and integrity. It's a smoldering fire, lit by correct actions and thoughts. If you don't respect yourself, don't believe in your own worth, how can others respect you? I used to think that respect was something I had to try to find on the outside, but then I realized I was looking in the wrong direction. True respect starts from within. It starts with you accepting who you truly are, with your strengths and weaknesses. It starts with you setting high standards for yourself and never compromising on what is wrong. It starts with you living a life of integrity and never betraying your own values. The silent killers of respect, habits that subtly destroy value. On the journey to find respect, there are silent killers, quietly destroying your value. They are bad habits, negative behaviors that you may not realize or deliberately ignore. They not only damage your image in the eyes of others, but also erode your self-confidence and self-esteem. We will explore 6 silent killers together and find ways to eliminate them from your life. Always making excuses, hiding behind a lack of responsibility. Have you ever wondered why you're always late, always break promises, and always have a ton of reasons to excuse your mistakes? Perhaps you think those excuses are completely reasonable, that it's not your fault. But unfortunately, life doesn't care about your reasons. It only cares about the results. The habit of making excuses is a way for you to avoid responsibility, to blame others or circumstances. You might think you're cleverly avoiding negative consequences, but in reality, you're belittling your own value. I remember once I missed an important appointment because of a traffic jam. I elaborated in detail about the terrible traffic situation and thought people would sympathize with me. But instead of receiving sympathy, I received a look of disappointment. I realized that my excuses meant nothing because I hadn't anticipated the risks and made a contingency plan. And that was one of the times I realized that nobody wants to hear explanations. They just want to see results and change. When you constantly make excuses, you are sending a message that you are not in control of your life, that you cannot be trusted. Gradually, you will lose the trust and respect of others. Analyzing types of excuses. We often rationalize with many different types of excuses. There are objective excuses, e.g. bad weather, unexpected accidents. There are subjective excuses, e.g. forgetting, laziness, and there are excuses that are just rationalizations, e.g. because, if it wasn't for. Understanding these types of excuses will help you recognize when you are avoiding responsibility and find ways to face it. The consequences of making excuses Constantly making excuses not only affects your relationships with others, but also affects your personal development. You will never learn from your mistakes and will forever be stuck in the vicious cycle of irresponsibility. How to overcome the habit of making excuses. The first step is to admit that you have this habit. Then, focus on finding solutions instead of making excuses. Plan ahead, anticipate risks, and take responsibility for all your actions. Laziness, the enemy of potential. Laziness isn't just about not wanting to work, but also about a lack of motivation, willpower, and aspiration. It's a smoldering disease, eroding your potential and making you mediocre. You may have talent, have ideas, but if you don't make an effort to act, it's all meaningless. I once witnessed a friend of mine with outstanding intelligence and amazing creative ideas, but he was too lazy, always procrastinating, and never willing to try his best. Gradually, he became lost and left behind. I felt sorry for him because he had wasted so much potential. Laziness doesn't just destroy your career, but also affects your relationships. Others don't want to be around a lazy person because they feel tired and frustrated. They don't want to rely on someone who they know will never try. They see you as useless and will never respect you. Forms of laziness. Laziness comes in many different forms. Some people are physically lazy, not wanting to exercise, not wanting to do housework. Some are mentally lazy, not wanting to learn, not wanting to think. And some are emotionally lazy, not wanting to love, not wanting to share. Understanding these types of laziness will help you identify which type you are experiencing and find ways to overcome it. Laziness can stem from many different causes. It could be because you lack motivation, because you're afraid of failure, because you don't have clear goals, or because you don't know how to manage your time effectively. Identifying the root cause will help you find appropriate solutions. How to overcome laziness. The first step is to realize that you are lazy and want to change. Then set specific goals, break down work into small steps, seek inspiration, and learn how to manage your time effectively. Remember that perseverance and effort are key to overcoming laziness. Neglecting appearance, a display of lack of self-respect. We often hear the saying, "Don't judge a book by its cover," but in reality, appearance still plays an important role in how others perceive you. Neglecting your appearance, not caring how you appear before others, will make you seem disrespectful, unprofessional, and disrespectful of the person you are facing. There was a period in my life when I completely did not care about my appearance. I thought that as long as I had talent, knowledge, appearance didn't matter. But then I realized I was wrong. Appearance isn't just about how you dress, but also about how you take care of yourself, about how you demonstrate your self-confidence and professionalism. I noticed that when I dressed neatly and cleanly, I felt more confident and others treated me with more respect. Conversely, when I dressed sloppily and carelessly, I felt less confident and others didn't value me much. Appearance isn't just about how you dress, but also includes how you take care of your body, how you maintain personal hygiene, and how you show your confidence and professionalism. Take care of yourself from the smallest things, and you'll see the difference. Appearance is a powerful nonverbal communication tool. It can create a good impression, help you attract attention, and build trust, or conversely, it can cause you to be despised and underestimated. Invest in your appearance, and you'll see the change. Start by taking care of your body, maintaining personal hygiene, and choosing clothes that are appropriate for the situation. Show your confidence and professionalism through your appearance, and you'll receive the respect you deserve. 4. Ignoring boundaries, invading other people's space. Personal boundaries are the limits that each person sets to protect their privacy, emotions, and mental health. Ignoring the boundaries of others, invading their privacy, is an act of disrespect and will cause you to lose their trust and respect. I once had a friend who always liked to interfere in other people's lives. She always gave unwanted advice, always asked private questions, and always tried to control other people's decisions. At first I found it annoying, but then I realized that she was invading my boundaries, and I needed to set clear limits. Personal boundaries can include limits on time, limits on space, limits on emotions, and limits on personal information. Understanding these types of boundaries will help you recognize when you are invading the space of others. Ignoring the boundaries of others can lead to serious consequences, including loss of trust, strained relationships, and even conflict. Respect the boundaries of others, and you will build healthy and lasting relationships. Listen, observe, and respect the signals that others give you. Don't ask too personal questions, don't give unwanted advice, and don't try to control the lives of others. Give them their own space, and you'll get the respect you deserve. 5. Stealing credit. Cowardly and unethical behavior. Stealing the credit of others is a cowardly and unethical act. It not only hurts the person whose work is stolen, but also destroys the respect of those around you. You may think you're being smart when you take credit for yourself, but in reality, you're losing your own dignity. I once witnessed a colleague of mine stealing other people's ideas and taking credit for himself. At first, he was praised and admired by everyone, but when the truth came out, everyone turned their back on him. He became an outcast and lost all trust. Stealing credit not only harms your relationships with others, but also affects your career and reputation. You will be judged as dishonest, unethical, and unreliable. People often steal credit for many different reasons, perhaps because they are ambitious, because they lack confidence, or because they are unable to create results on their own. Understanding the reason will help you deal with this behavior effectively. If your credit is stolen, speak up and protect your rights. Talk honestly and politely, and don't let yourself be taken advantage of. 6. Overly emotional reactions. A slave to emotions. Overly emotional reactions are a sign of a lack of self-control. You might think you're being genuine when you express your emotions, but in reality, you're showing weakness, instability, and a lack of professionalism. Others will not want to be around a person who is always controlled by emotions because they feel tired, stressed, and unable to trust them. There was a time in my life when I always reacted emotionally in an excessive way. I could shout, cry, or get angry for no reason. At first, I still felt like I was protecting myself, but then I realized I was hurting the people around me. And more importantly, I was losing my own respect. Overly emotional reactions can manifest in many different forms, including anger, sadness, anxiety, fear, and disappointment. Recognizing these types of reactions will help you control your emotions effectively. Reacting emotionally in an excessive way can lead to negative consequences, including loss of self-control, hurting others, and damaging relationships. Learn to control your emotions, and you will build a happy and meaningful life. Focus on recognizing your emotions, learning to regulate them, and finding healthy ways to express them. Remember that you can control your emotions, and you shouldn't let them dictate your actions. Experience summarized. The journey to respect. Here, after all that we have explored together, perhaps you have realized that respect is not a destination that you can reach and then stop. It is a continuous journey, a silent battle that each of us has to face every day. It is not a trophy you can hold up after winning, but a garden that you have to tend to every day so that good seeds can sprout and bear fruit. Respect is not a miracle or something you can demand. It does not come from trying to please others or from empty praise. It comes from within you, from the values you pursue, from the discipline you practice, and from the integrity you live every day. Remember that you cannot build a solid house on a rotten foundation. Likewise, you cannot build respect from negative habits, from pretense, or from unethical behavior. You have to start by eliminating those things, cleaning up your soul, and building noble qualities. Respect doesn't come from you being perfect, but from you always trying to improve yourself. None of us are perfect. All have weaknesses and mistakes. But what's important is that you recognize those things and constantly strive to improve. The first steps on the road to self-improvement. This journey can be difficult. There will be times when you feel discouraged, wanting to give up. But remember that everything takes time and perseverance. Don't try to change everything at once. Start with the smallest things. Admit that you have bad habits that need to change. Don't try to hide them or excuse them. Be determined. Set specific goals and be determined to achieve them. Don't let laziness or fear stop you. Be patient. Change doesn't happen immediately. There will be times when you feel disappointed, but be patient and don't give up. Forgive. Forgive your own mistakes and learn from them. Don't let the past hold you back. Love. Love yourself, cherish your values, and live a meaningful life. Beyond respect, the power of self-respect. When you start to change, you will notice that respect is not only something you receive from others, but also something you feel within yourself. You will begin to love and appreciate yourself more. You will no longer live to please others, but live according to your own values and principles. And that is the true power of respect. When you respect yourself, you will no longer be afraid. You will no longer be manipulated by others. You will live a free and meaningful life. And now, I want to say to you, those who have spent your precious time watching this video, you are not alone on this journey. There are millions of people out there who also yearn to be respected, who are also trying to change themselves. Let's spread these good values together. Share this video with your friends who you believe need it. Comment below the video to share your thoughts and experiences. Let's build a community of people who know how to respect themselves and respect others. Finally, I want to say that wherever you are on this journey, whatever difficulties you're facing, remember that you deserve to be respected. Never lose faith in yourself, and always try to become the best version of yourself. And so, our journey to find respect does not just stop at eliminating bad habits, but is also a journey to discover ourselves, to enhance our value and inner strength. Remember that true respect starts with deep self-respect within you. And when you have that, the world will automatically reflect that respect back to you. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to press the like and subscribe button to support my channel. I will continue to bring you more quality and meaningful content. Thank you for joining me in this video. See you in the next videos.